What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization V AI only world battle with the historic spawn dates mod. Towards the end of the last video, things got a bit hectic and I missed out on some stuff, so we're going to go recap. If you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. It would probably help you understand why the world looks like this. But anyway, if not, let's get into this. Towards the late video, a big thing happened. The Aztecs joined the game, which means the Mayans are now at threat from someone. They have no longer got control, and they haven't done much really. I mean, they've grabbed some cities in South America, but they've not done too much. So it's going to be interesting to see how that relationship develops. Spain have arrived. France are doing well. Importantly, France and Denmark sort of fighting out, or not fighting, but going for land, grabbing land. Only war in the game so far we've seen came to an end, mainly because Greece just poorly attacked Rome over the Adriatic Sea. But also because Venice spawned in and blocked the way to go over there. Byzantium in a tough spot. Said Assyria have been cut in half completely. They have no access to their other city. Is that their only other city? Yes, it is. Babylon are doing well. They're my prediction to win. I don't know if I made that clear in the last video. I'd like Babylon to win. Even though they spawned early on. My non-early spawning prediction, as you know, if I was to say someone that isn't one of the first two civs to spawn in, I think I went with the Huns last time. I went with India in the last battle and they lost. So I'm going to go and say France. Just, you know, just a random pick. They're doing okay so far. Maybe France can win. And obviously Persia doing well here. They've got their capital, but their main empire now is over here, just north of Siam, who have just joined the game. India here is sort of not doing much. Obviously most of their cities again up here. You see Babylon also have a city up here. Attila's up here, not doing too much, and there's already an influential culture, which shows you how quickly this campaign, you see people becoming influential, but it gets harder later on, and that's probably the most likely victory type we'll see. If there is a victory type, it'll probably be culture, I feel, not science. Mongolia and China sort of interlinked with each other. China did spawn first, and then you have Japan doing their own thing on their island, and Polynesia doing their own thing again. And Sweden just joined the game. Boom. Obviously they've got Scandinavia to themselves until they discover the technology to cross the sea, the Baltic Sea. England aren't here yet, so the Celts with another settler may become more dominant in a minute over the British Isles. Portugal are probably a few turns away, and then we have Morocco. So someone to sort of contest against Carthage, who at the moment doing well across North Africa, and look like they may become a sort of powerhouse in the Mediterranean. But Morocco are here to make that interesting. No one else across Africa yet. No Ethiopia, Zulu. The only other African civs are Ethiopia, the Zulu, and the Songhai in this actual game, because Egypt aren't here. So Africa's going to be quite expansive, and I think that could allow actually, not for such strong African civs, but more for lots of colonization from Europeans and people like Greece. I think that is actually more likely. But anyway, Russia has just arrived. Are they going to settle? Hopefully they will. They won't walk around for ages like the Huns. It's going to be interesting. Russia, 2 settlers. The Huns didn't get gifted that. Obviously different civs, different times, get different bonuses. And the Aztecs have already grabbed 2 cities. I just want to point out, one right north of the Mayan capital and one sort of up the west coast of Mexico. And the Celts have founded a religion. So that's the second religion, if I believe I'm right. The Mayans have Catholicism. So that's going to be the New World dominant religion, I presume. Confucianism in Edinburgh. That suggests maybe someone else has a religion, actually. But Barcelona's been settled. I don't know why they'd go for that choice as their first choice. But anyway, has anyone else got a religion? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think anyone does. But here we go. We have Russia with Moscow. See, lots of civs here. It's going to be difficult for Russia to get as big as they usually do without going to war. We have Byzantium settling north of the Black Sea. See, they finally got across it. And how is the rest of the world doing? No Germany don't spawn in for a long time. I think I was talking about Germany a lot. They're not going to be here till like the 1800s or 1600s. I can't remember which one. But it's only the year 900 right now. Persia have grabbed Chichen Itza, and we've got a spy. I'm going to move him to Babylon just because they're interesting and big. Portugal are now in the game. So as you see, lots of civs spawning really, really quickly. That's my submarine, by the way, in case you're getting freaked out as to why there's a nuclear submarine. That's just how I spectate the game. I don't know if I need it. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't want to delete it and ruin the game. Because, okay, there we go. So Morocco moving down towards where we'll soon see the Songhai, I think. I don't know how long it'll be, actually. See, no Egypt in the game. I'm spectating as Egypt. So luckily Babylon have sort of taken Egypt's place by settling here. See, we can expect Ethiopia here and then the Zulu. But it's going to be pretty much a free-for-all in Africa to become pretty large if the Civs want to. I mean, a big thing to note that I didn't mention last video, as Tonga is settled by Polynesia, is I haven't played the aggressive and expansive AI mod because I didn't want the early Civs going crazy, especially on a high difficulty like Immortal. I thought they would just go too crazy if I gave them the ability to do that with the aggressive and expansive mod, so I just went for normal. You can see Russia here. I've just grabbed St. Petersburg next to these Indian cities, and already the old world, in particular Eurasia, not so much Africa or the New World, I mean the old world does include Africa, sorry, but not as much Africa, but in particular Europe and Asia really starting to fill up. And England, London has been settled, although France are grabbing tiles away. England do have another settler. They'll need to rush to get that down to not get cut off. The Celts also have one. Babylon plotting against Denmark, that's not important. Oh, Germany did spawn in, okay. 1000 AD. I thought Germany didn't come around till later on, my bad. Poland are here as well. Maybe it's Austria that don't come around for a little while, but Poland right in next to Russia, who's only just spawned in. Sweden, I think, are just going to keep hold of their settler. They don't know what to do with it. Anywhere else? Obviously, I can just look to where I expect Civs to spawn. Siam doing their thing. And the Aztecs pushing up here into... I don't know what this region of America's called, but into the south of the USA. Like, is this... I don't know what it's called, but it's along the Mississippi River, the big river, is that right? I don't know. American viewers, that's like the majority of my viewers, 40% of you. I'm not even from America, like I'm in the UK, but 40% of you are from America. That's sort of a free-for-all from everyone else. The Iroquois are now here as well, so that's going to be interesting as they can grab a lot of land up here. Portugal, their second city, all done. So Portugal v Spain, who is going to win in Iberia? Let me know who you think is going to win in Iberia in the comment section. How France and Denmark, where are Germany? I think Germany are moving just so they can settle somewhere a little bit better than... I think they couldn't settle here. So they should settle this turn, hopefully. If not, we should see Berlin really soon. That's what I'm going to try and... That's what I'm going to say. Don't know how strong they're going to be. Where are you going? Also, who's going to come out on top here in this sort of Western Europe, France, Denmark thing? I feel like Denmark, obviously in real life it's France and Germany who are the sort of big nations. But how well are Denmark? I think Denmark might be that nation in this game. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do. Babylon, looking like they may be going for southern Italy. No more cities in Africa just yet. And... no more cities in Africa. I was going to say there is one. And Korea have just spawned in. And boom, there we go. Korean Peninsula. 2 cities. It's going to spice up China and Mongolia. They've been living peacefully, but now Korea are here. How's that going to affect their relationship? And obviously Japan will soon be able to come and say hi. Polynesia have not moved out of this region yet of Polynesia. You know, they've not gone to America by the look of it. They've not made their way over here. So... interesting start to the game. And England look like they're going to grab the next city in the British Isles. Not the Celts. They have their settler. Maybe the Celts will go for Ireland. That's possible. Berlin finally settled up here. Again, not much space for Germany as Krakow is settled right next to Berlin from Poland. How is everybody doing over here in the Middle East? The region with probably the most powerful civ. Start of next video I'm going to go over the info addicts. It's been 10 minutes already into this one, so I'm not gonna go over them now because obviously some people don't like them, they just like to skip them. Wow, Iroquois, 3 cities already, good job. But I'm going to go over them at the start of the next video, so it'll be around hopefully probably just before turn 200, probably a little bit, quite a bit before turn 200. Arabia doing kind of okay here, they're not doing too good, so that will be interesting to see who's where. I assume someone like Babylon will be on top. Greece are doing very well. Maybe they're eyeing up Constantinople now. Obviously, they already prevented Byzantium from spawning in the right place by settling Corinth. And Is this another? Oh no, I thought that was another Aztec city, but nope. My bad. How is everyone doing over here? Everyone's just sort of gone quiet in Asia. Korea even aren't doing too much. No one's really doing anything. It's Europe where everything's at right now, and it's where the most civs are, so we're going to keep our eyes on Europe. I am looking for cities being settled on the map, but there's not too much going down right now. And Britain actually went across and grabbed Brittany here with York, so they didn't actually go for the British Isles, and that's England, not Britain, my bad. The mod, not in this campaign. And the Iroquois have now got a pantheon, and Darius grabs the Oracle. Persia is going hard on these wonders as Gandhi grabs Hagia Sophia. I think that's how you say that, but who knows? Probably not. And the Middle East is just... I can't believe there's only been one war. I think that's going to change soon. I hope it changes, because you know it's been a slow starting campaign. It is a slow start, but then it just explodes into life. Normally later on towards the mid to late game. And Germany did grab Hamburg, just north of Venice, so they will have 2 cities in Europe. As will Poland. Don't know if Russia are going to be going for any more cities or not. But they could. And any more cities. Morocco settling Fez, quite near to the Carthaginians here across North Africa. See how well they come out of this. And nothing else going on really. Indonesia aren't here just yet, so just got a drink. Australia not going to be settled just yet. Polynesia have a good chance, and I mean Civs can... Oh, they can't get here till deep sea sailing, so we're probably a little bit away from that. At least for the Civs over here, such as Siam, Japan, Korea and China maybe. No one else really has access to that thing. No one has got really, other than Arabia and I guess Babylon in this city, in this sort of mid-Indian Ocean. Only Siam and Arabia have coastal cities, and Babylon have coastal cities bordering the Indian Ocean. So, and I guess this isn't really their Red Sea, and Arabia's going to cut them off. So they could build some big navies, cargo ships, which is something people like India, Persia don't have access to just yet. Persia will have no access to cargo ships. Same goes for civs like India, who've gone up here towards Russian land to continue their empire. And there we go, Ethiopia. So a new civ in Africa to keep things heating up over here. Have the Shoshone joined in just yet? No, not quite. Okay, no Shoshone, but the Incans just joined in with Cusco. Obviously, they are cut off here by the mountains, so the Mayans with another settler may continue their dominance across the Amazon rainforest region. The Aztecs aren't doing too much around the world. People with the pointier sticks. Greece, Rome, Babylon, all in top 3. Then Dido of Carthage. Gandhi in 5th. So that's pretty cool to see. Obviously, the longer the game goes on, the better the chances for civs that have just spawned in. Russia's, Poland's, Germany's, anyone that's just spawned in, to build an army and catch up. And that's what's going to make it kind of interesting to see. And that's why we're doing this. We've seen what happens in Europe-ish. I don't know where this Babylonian settler is going, but we've seen sort of how Europe goes with this mod. Now we've got the world though. How obviously in the last campaign, Carthage, Morocco, that I actually know the Songhai were there, but Ethiopia weren't in that game. Now there's an Ethiopia. Obviously there's no Egypt, which makes it again different, but with an Ethiopia, that's going to make things very different. Again, for civs like Russia and Attila, the Huns, and Assyria, there's now, in that Europe campaign, Assyria and Babylon didn't have Persia right next to them, didn't have an India over here. And obviously, and Austria just got in. I don't know if they're going to be able to settle. The Netherlands, I think, are going to be one of the civs that struggle to get in here. And Spain have just grabbed Seville, just north of the Pyrenees Mountains. Yeah, Pyrenees. Up here, in sort of southern France. So that's going to heat up some tensions with France, who are going to be cut off from Lyon, which is not good for them. Nebuchadnezzar launched a sneak attack. I don't know who this is going for. This could be going for Assyria, it could be going for Persia, it could be going for Arabia. It's not obvious where they're going. It also looks like Greece are going to go after Byzantium any second now. Austria are looking, I think they'll settle somewhere down here next to Venice, but how much luck that if Greece beat them to it, that will probably be game over for Austria, and we'll just have to live with their units there till the borders fill out. Byzantium have a settler all the way up here, so settling's becoming a bit of a mad dash, as Cardiff is settled by the Celts and cuts off London from York. That's a big pickup for the Celts that they need. The Celts need to do well once in a campaign. Like the campaigns I watch and the ones I do myself, the Celts never seem to do well. So hopefully they will take over London. I'm not trying to be biased, but I'd like to see a good Celts. Where are Byzantium going, by the way? That'd be interesting if they settled here right in the middle. That would really mix things up. Austria have not settled just yet. Greece have got their settler up here as well. And Austria, I just think they can't. I don't think they can get open borders until they have a city, which may be a problem. Because no one's going to give them open borders if they don't get open borders in return. And you can't give open borders if you don't have a city, I guess, if that makes sense. And Nicaea up here from Byzantium, sort of a random settlement all the way over there. But you do what you want, Byzantium. No new cities from China, Mongolia or anyone. That's surprising. Indonesia are now here. They're going to take a while to get off their island, but they got 3 settlers with that. So as you can see later in the game, those civs get huge bonuses. China does now have another settler up though, so that's going to be interesting. I can't believe we've only had 1 war. It's almost turned 200. 1 war, really? Arabia grabbing Damascus, their 3rd city across sort of Oman, Yemen, the south part of the Arabian Peninsula. Babylon still building up. Don't know what they're building up for, but they're doing well in the middle here, Middle East. Korea. Okay, Mayans did settle another city down here towards the south, towards Argentina. So did the Incans. They've settled their city down south. No more cities from the Aztecs. No more for the Iroquois. And no Shoshone just yet. What was that wonder? India grabbed that wonder. I don't know what it was. So, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go look. Where's the thing? There's like a... diplomacy. Here we go. Okay, so India. Was that Borobudur? Borobudur? I don't know. Is that how you say it? Borobudur? Borobudur? I don't know. In terms of friendships, not many. There's a few. I mean, they're not too important, but there's not many. Lots of pantheons up. Let's go to religion quickly. See how many religions we have. We only have Catholicism of the Mayans being followed by 7 civs, and then Confucianism of the Celts is being followed by 1 civ, and Hinduism of the Indian Empire also by 1. Obviously that is Delhi here, which is probably the largest city in the world right now. Although Susa here is pretty large, as is the Persian capital. 20 population. That does feel to me like the largest city in the world. Oh, the Songhai have popped up here in sort of just below the Sahara, sub-Saharan Africa, I guess. And that is going to make Morocco's life interesting. We said how Morocco would make Carthage's life interesting. Now Songhai are going to do the same in reverse. They're going to make Morocco's life a little bit harder. As Portugal have another settler up. Babylon haven't settled this guy just yet. And how are you? What was I going to say? I don't know. Oh, block nose is horrible. Yeah. Polynesia's still not moving off of Polynesia, not using their special ability to much effect. Unique ability, I should say. Where are the Romans going? That's interesting. Where are you going, Rome? Greece looks like it's about to settle southern Italy as well. Something Rome should keep their eye out for. No Zulu just yet, as Ethiopia settles sort of southwards. Once they join the game, the Zulu and Ethiopian have such huge room to expand. But I don't think the AI is going to take advantage of that. I think we will see Civs colonising a lot of Africa. And obviously this will be more like real life with the Civs spawning. And obviously it's not going to fare so well for Europe and the USA as it would in real life, with them becoming absolute powerhouse. Well, I say that Civ in the Americas may do differently, but Europe's not going to be as advanced and become more advanced than Africa and the Middle East than you could say it has in real life. In particular, they're not going to get those benefits, but they can definitely settle and start to colonize this region. But the campaign is definitely slowed. The turn time is definitely slowing. Lots more is going on. There's no new civs I appear to have missed. I mean, I should know there's not many to go now. I mean, if we check the info addict, just do a quick one here. 38, so there's 5 civs to go. The Ottomans have just have been eliminated. They spawned in and died because there was nowhere to spawn in. So that's already 1 civ gone. But other than that, there's going to be some space for some more civs, hopefully. The Ottomans, that means there's, what, 4 more civs? No, wait, 5 more civs to join the game. Or is there... Wait, am I being an idiot? The Ottomans, 38. Okay. So, there's 5 more civs. So, quickly, before we end this video, that's America and the Shoshone. That's 2. Is that it? That's it for North America. Brazil. America, that's 3. The Netherlands is 4. And 5 is... Who is the 5th one? Austria may not be included on that info addict. I don't know. Oh, the Zulu. Yeah, the Zulu, Netherlands, America, Brazil, and the Shoshone. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. As always, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.